So first of all, thank you for having me in the pain group. My name is Zihao Wang, and now I'm under supervision of Dr. Nicholas Gamble and the team. So today I'm going to talk about my research proposal, which is known as anxiety, locus of control, mindfulness, as predictors of pain experience of emotion in chronic pain population. So first of all, let's take a look at the background. So chronic pain is defined as persistent or recurrent pain lasting more than 3 months. And from the previous literatures, there are two factors will affect people's experiences in pain. It's known as negative risk and vulnerability factors and positive resilient protective factors. So in my research proposals, it will be anxiety and locus of control respectively. And I will introduce one more factor, which is called neutral factor, being mindfulness. So being mindfulness really helps people to reset their emotion and to experience like 0 point of emotion, no arousal, no valence on your emotion. So how does the being mindfulness affect people's experience in emotion during the pain? That's another focus of my research. And from the literature review, generally speaking, most of previous literatures focus on how emotion alter pain experience and pain reduction. But my research focus on how like the three predictors affect like people's emotional response during the pain. And methodologically, previous literatures will prefer to use like questionnaires or the induction of pain. So it's quite different from ours. And for the anxiety literature review, of course, anxiety was found strongly correlated with negative valence emotion, and also may worsen pain and pain-related emotion response. But yeah, for the previous literatures, they don't really provide anything like predict emotional response, but indeed gives us the relationship between and anxiety and pain experience. So we can use sort of relationship to to carry out our research. And for the locus of control, there's several types of locus of controls like eternal, chains, and powerful others. But among all these, internal locus of control emphasize the individual's belief and behaviors that influence their pain status, and also reported is always result in the positive outcome and pain reduction. So I will focus on eternal locus of control as my predictor other than chance and powerful others. And for the mindfulness, of course, mindfulness based coping skill is researched by previous literatures and is effective for individual with chronic pain to cope and also neutralize negative valence. So the relationship between mindfulness and emotional response is also researched. So in our research, we will just discover what is the emotional response in pain. Here it comes out with research question. So what are the predictors of emotion response during pain experience among individuals with chronic pain? So we hypothesize that higher levels of anxiety is positively related to lower arousal and negative emotion among individuals with chronic pain. Locus of control is positively related to higher arousal and positive emotions, and higher levels of mindfulness is related to neutral emotion state in people with chronic pain. So we've talked heavily about valence, arousal, but how can we combine these three concepts into a model? Here it comes, two-dimensional model of emotion. So this model was created by Russell, 1980, also known as the complex model of affect. So for example, let's pick angry. So if someone is being angry, we generally say, he or she is just in the negative emotion. That's it. So we are talking about valence. What about this? oh, he's so angry and he's like smashing the door and hitting people and shout. What are we talking about here? It's arousal. So combine them together, that's angry. That's what defines angry. High arousal, negative valence of emotion. So in my research, I will introduce this concept and to explore two dimensions of emotion during the pain. So for the participants, we're hiring like adults have chronic pain but no diagnosed mental health issues, and mainly is athletes that we talk about with Nick. So is the focus should be on the athletes, and hopefully if we could, I still want to get the participant from other countries like China, because my dad have a badminton team, so he and his team members really want to participate and see how they cope with their chronic pain. So for materials, of course, the pain catastrophizing skills for level anxiety, and one more self-assessment medicine for emotional valence to measure the emotion, to measure two dimensions of emotion. Okay, so for this assessment, I will be just using the top three, the emotional valence, arousal, and dominance, because dominance is correlated with the eternal locus of control. So I will just introduce it and to explain the emotional response during the pain. And in our research, the moderator, it should be that people experience chronic pain. We are not generalizing this result to the public without chronic pain. And the independent variables will be the three predictors. Dependent variables will be the emotional valence during the pain. So for analysis, we are looking at the correlations between predictors and emotional response during the pain. So the multiple regression will be used. But considering with the effect of age and sex, because for sex, people, for the male and female, they've got different physical fitness. So sex might be the variable will affect the result. And age, of course, for the younger generation, they don't really know how to cope, or they just experience chronic pain like a few years. But for the old generations, they might just take medicines or going to some classes to practice relaxation, things like that. So they know how to cope. So the age really will be the variable to affect the result. So we are going to use a hierarchical multiple regression to remove this sort of effect. And for discussion, this research focuses on the factors contribute to emotional responses while experiencing pain. And hopefully, if I could use the results to provide suitable strategies for individuals with chronic pain to improve their emotional experience, then further resulting in pain reduction to bring the well-being for the population. And a few limitations of these studies, like I just said, physical fitness, age, and also cultural backgrounds. Because for some Asian cultures, seeking pain or experience pain just for the well-being, or it's a lesson for you. Just take it. It's for your own good. It's for your life good. So cultural background really affect the perception and understanding of the pain. So for timeline, so I will be finishing the introduction draft in week 10, and because now is a competition period, so I will speak to the Kindle Club members. Hopefully, we can get the data and analyze it and get a draft before the next semester. So for the first 4 weeks of the next semester, I will be getting a draft of the discussion, and week 6 will be the draft of my whole thesis. And hopefully, I could finish it up in week 7, and doing the revision on week 8, and finally submit on week 10. Few things need guidance from Nick is severity of pain. Does it really work like a mediator? And some literatures I found they use their own skills for the measuring locus of control. Can I just refer to the previous literature and created my own, and we can discuss it through emails or Zoom? Because there's few peer reviewed skills for the locus of control. And are we able to recruit participants from other countries? And for the questionnaire, will it be completed online? And for the participant recruitment, what can we offer them, like coupon, gift cards, things like that? That's a few guidance I need from Dr. Gamble. Thank you. And thank you for listening.